Hey, hope you're having yourself a good day. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to play You Have Your Way by Ben Howard. There are a lot of rhymes in there for a fantastic song. It's meant to be. I'll start off by noting this song is in a bit of a weird time signature. I've definitely never played another song that is in this particular time signature. I don't think, however, that it's a particularly difficult song to play. So regardless of the time signature, it shouldn't be too difficult for you. Singing it while playing might take a bit of time, but it just takes a few minutes to kind of get a feel for it. So let's just start out with the tuning for this song, and then I'll get into it. I'm gonna do some things to try to help you with the time signature and getting the feel of the song down. Once again, I've got both cameras going. I'm hoping that setup is helping you guys. I just feel like it makes things a little more clear. So to start off with the tuning, it's the same tuning as unfurling. So if you've learned that, it's exactly the same tuning. Very similar to Ben Howard's old standard tuning of C, G, C, G, G, C, but just with the low string tuned to a D sharp instead of a C. So I'm going to play it. The tuning altogether is D sharp, G, C, G, G, C. So I'll play each string so you can try to tune to my guitar. There you are. All right, let's get into it. All right, so the time signature of this song, I want to get this out of the way first because this is important to kind of get a feel of before you even attempt to actually play the song. So the song is played, there are two ways you could refer to it. You could refer to it as 11/8, which is how I refer to it as. Or you could say that it's three groups of 3/4 and then one group of 2/4 and then looping that. So you kind of have a bit of liberty with how you word that there. Now, the latter is how I count it in my head, but I still consider it to be in 11/8. It doesn't really make much of a difference. So before we even really get into teaching you, basically the way that sounds and the way that I count it, as I said, I count it as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, as opposed to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's just easier to digest and keep compartmentalized in your head if you're kind of subdividing it into different groups. So what I recommend doing before you even again attempt the song is either just strum what I just did or even just tap it. So I'll show you, even mute the strings if you want. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And it really helps to try to get that like pulse of the song in. That's very important with these weird time signatures, to ba da 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 da. So just try doing that, and even you can just tap it 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. Just practice that until that feels comfortable, because that's how you're going to be strumming the song. Thankfully, it's really all downstrokes. There are a couple of times in the Goon Hilly performance where he kind of just threw in some upstrokes or whatever, or changed the timing of a couple of the chords. And you can do that. You have full liberty with that kind of thing. But I'm just going to teach you pretty much with just downstrokes for now. There's a bit might be a couple upstrokes in the chorus. I'll have to think about that when I actually get there. So now that we've got that out of the way, once you've got that all good in your head, just sit with it for a bit, come back to this video once it's fluent for you and comfortable. So to start off, we're going to have our index finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, right? And that's going to be our first chord. And we're kind of just strumming this chord for a couple measures before we actually get into the song. In my cover, I was just doing it between the 4th and 5th string. But I actually don't like how that sounds. I tend to try to go for the 4th and 3rd down to the 5th now. Just very loose strumming to kind of get a feel for the song. Now this is all just in 3/4, but if it helps, when you're counting it in, you can go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, just so you have it in your head before you start playing. But on the album, it's just played in 3/4, so I kind of just... I tend to do 8 of these, 3, 4, and then I get into it. So, we're actually, for our first part of this, we're actually leaving our index finger right where it is. So we have that count, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we start. So one big strike right when it breaks in with your index finger there on that 2nd fret, and then we're gonna hammer our middle finger onto the 2nd fret, or sorry, the 3rd fret on that 5th string, right? So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? And then we're gonna hammer our index finger onto the 2nd fret of the 4th string, so like that. Just want to throw in a quick note here. You're not actually hammering onto the 2nd fret there. It is a full strum, and I do notice that in a couple seconds here. But I don't want you to start learning it this way if you're finding that too tricky, and then have me change it a second later. So it is a strum, it's not a hammer on for that 2nd fret, 4th string. And then we're going to use our pinky to go all the way up to the 5th fret there on that 5th string, right? Give you a good angle of that there. It looks uncomfortable. It's not that bad. So far we have the, right? I guess I kind of do strum on that one, don't I? Right, so there's what we've got so far. Hammer, and then, yeah, 2 strums. Okay, that's a little closer. And then you're going to lift your pinky off, back down to that 2nd fret on the 4th string with your index, and then lift your index off. Just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, I'm strumming on every beat there aside from that 2nd where I'm hammering. And in terms of emphasis for these, I tend to emphasize when I go up to that 5th fret, right? Just hit, matches the flow of the song pretty well if you strum it that way. And now you're going to put your index finger onto the 2nd fret of the 6th string, and we're going to do 3 strokes there. 1, 2, 3, with your middle finger still on that 3rd fret of the 5th string, right? And now with your ring finger, put it up onto the 4th fret of the 6th string, and put your index finger onto the 2nd fret of the 4th string. So we have 1, 2, 3, and we're hitting this for 2 strokes. Right. So that's probably going to be the part there that throws people off, is going from, you have all that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you got to do just 2 there, and then loop it. So you can see there's sometimes where I'll, on that first shape, here, where I'll down, down, pause, up, down, up, and then I'm going. So yeah, emphasize up on the 5th fret with your pinky, emphasize the first strike of each of those shapes on the last set there. And that's how you play the verse. It just loops like that the whole time. In the actual recording, there's a lot of layers, like on the studio, so it might sound a little different. But this is what Ben played at Goonhilly, and I actually think it sounds really great. It's also just really fun to play. So the chorus of this song, we're coming in from here. All right, so the first chord that we have there, I'm using my middle finger and my ring finger on the 5th and 4th string on the 3rd fret. So, and the pattern that we have there is down, pause, down, down, pause, down, down, pause, down, down, pause. So, right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. And then sort of on the and, right before we move to the next one, I do one more strike, and then we move to the second shape. So the second shape is leave your middle finger on that 5th string, just move it down 1 fret to the 2nd fret, pop your index finger onto the 2nd fret of the 6th string, right? So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? You can see there are also some times where I'll throw some upstrokes in there. This is really just free-form strumming. You just strum along with the rhythm, do whatever feels comfortable in the moment. All you really need is to emphasize the and there. And boom. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I guess you're emphasizing the 3rd beat, actually, not the and. That's my bad. Now, the way that he plays this on the album, I don't think sounds fantastic without the other layers. So I'm going to show you how he does that, but then I'm going to show you the way that I prefer to play it, which I didn't do in my cover, which is part of the reason I kind of want to redo my cover for this song. So we have the drunk turn. So now we're going to put our ring finger onto the 4th fret of the 6th string, put our index onto the 2nd fret of the 4th string, 1 strike, slide your ring up to the 6th fret, and put your middle finger onto the 5th fret of the 4th string. So, and then an open strum, and then back to the 1st shape there. So, just like that. And you can see again, I'm kind of like free-form strumming along with the rhythm. That I'm not really thinking about any patterns there. It's just you do what feels comfortable there, as long as you got the rhythm right. That's very important, of course, especially with a song with some weird time signatures. Thankfully, the chorus is just in 3/4. So again, and the drunk turns, and the prairie girls wait out, and the leaves will surely bury the sound. Just like that. Now, the way that I like to play that part, and I'm trying to remember, there was someone who posted this on Reddit. I'll give him credit in the description. He figured this song out. This is all on him. I'm just teaching it. So instead of this run, the way that I think sounds better is to put your middle finger onto the 3rd fret of the 5th string, kind of mute the low string with your thumb, and then mute the 4th string with like the side of your other finger. Mute pretty much all the other strings as much as you can. Whatever you find you're having trouble not hitting, mute it, because you just want that string really. You want to at least have that be the mainly emphasized one. Nice grammar. So there, instead of this run, all that I'm doing is sliding from the 3rd up to the 5th up to the 7th, right? And it's okay to have a bit of the other strings, but I digress. Just trying to keep things emphasized. So instead of that run, it can sound better to do this. So this is the first one. That's what he's doing live and on the album. And this is what I think sounds better solo. Right. Throughout this, you really, the whole song are emphasizing mostly the low 3 to 4 strings. And you can let the other ones come out, just you want to hint at them more so than emphasize those strings, right? And yeah, you end the chorus just strumming on that 1st shape from the chorus, and then you get right back into the verse. Have your way, turning the air all around me. What can I say? Talk marks my day. And yeah, I don't even remember what I played in my cover. I was just playing some random chord. I think I was doing this. Can't remember what I was doing. I was just doing something to kind of try to recreate how that felt quieter than the rest of the song, but I just kind of do this lighter, and then when he breaks back out, just right. And that's actually it. There's nothing else to the song. It's, as I said, it's very simple. Definitely the hardest part about this is the time signature, and maybe that shape there, but I don't know. In terms of lining up the singing, I'll sing it slowly, just a bit of it here for you, so you can kind of get an idea for how that works. All right. You have your way, turning the air autumn around me. You have your way. You have your way, turning the air autumn around me. Pockmarks my day, pockmarks my day. Fires was a flame, and you turned me out. What could I say? You have your way. Right? So that's not too difficult. And then for the chorus, just strum that. And the drunk turn, and the prairie girls wait out, and the leaves will surely bury the sound, and the drum turns. And on the second run of the chorus, I like to not hit on that last beat there and just move right. So drum turns, and the prairie, right? So I didn't line that up correctly. Whatever. I'm tired. It's all right. Try one more time there. And the drunk turns. Yeah, so instead of emphasizing it, I'm just kind of letting it breathe for a second and then kind of jumping back in. It's a good feel. All right, well, that's actually about it. Again, if you need absolutely anything clarified for this song, please let me know in the comments. And yeah, I think next up is going to be Folly's Fixture. I just want to clean a couple things up in there in terms of chord placement. Kind of lost the groove of that song. I need to listen to it and figure out where all the chords land again. I'm working on Finders Keepers, so we'll see how that goes. I'm trying to do an acoustic cover of it. All right. Well, thank you all so much. I hope this helped, and I hope you have a fantastic day.